received a distress call that
20 times. After you run finish, you jump maybe more than 10. You do some exercise. After we do the
that I received a distress call that members of the indigenous peoples of Biafra were on rampage along Ebonyi Enugu Express Road by MNA precisely, firing sporadically on the air and at the same time burning fire on the road. And quickly I mobilized my men from 3 police mobile force squadron, anti-kidnapping unit, SARS, anti-cultism, and all of them under the leadership of my area commander Metro, Assistant Commissioner of Police Shei. They all went there. Immediately they arrived at the scene, they came under heavy fire of the IPOP hoodlums. They had to take cover and reply proportionately. And as that was going on, I got the information that the genesis of the problem was that members of the secret police, DSS, were there on their own operation. That was early in the morning. So they came under attack and the IPOP took away 2 of their officers. So having got this more information, I quickly mobilized men to go for the rescue. We were lucky, we rescued 1 alive, and I had to seek for reinforcement from other sister security agencies, because here in Enugu State, the security agencies, we operate in unison with very good understanding and cooperation and collaboration. So the men from Garrison Command H2 DIF were at hand. Men from Air Force Base under the leadership of the Air Force Base Commander, Air Commodore Ebere, were all there. So that was how we cordoned the area. The general area was very vast. We were able to go into one house where they went and, took the people hostage. And as you could see, these are the people, the 3 of them, that took the people hostage, and precisely this one was telling his members that gun will not touch them, let them continue to fire at the police and the soldiers. So we got them arrested and freed the inmates. While these 2, there were those that went into hiding after the first encounter. We traced the blood, and then we got this one inside. These ones inside, we freed the people. But these ones, they went to another house where policemen were, and they held them hostage. We got them through. One of them, who is it you that we got in the ceiling? You. This one we got him in the ceiling. He hit himself. While this one we got him in one of the rooms at the staircase, from behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have done our best, and right now as I'm talking to you, we have some casualties. There are 2 people that have been feared killed by these hoodlums, and they also set ablaze an innocent passersby who we could not identify who yet, and they also hacked another person to death by machete cords. From his identity, he looked like a Fulani man. We are still waiting for his people to come and identify. These ones, they were deposited in custody. Let me seize this opportunity to say that we have arrested these 5, while many have gone with, have escaped with gun injuries, and we are going to trace them because they have to go to some hospital and seek for treatment. So I'm using this medium to advise the operators of private hospitals that anybody that comes with gun wound, they should treat them. They should not refuse treating them. It's their right to be treated, given adequate treatment, but they should quickly inform the police that we have such suspects. Failure to do so, we are going to use them as people that have aided and abetted criminals. Apart from that, I'm also using this opportunity to warn these miscreants, because IPOB is a proscribed organization in this our country. So therefore, they should desist from this their militancy and become good and lawful citizens of our country, or we will go after them and get them arrested and take them before the courts of law. So they have 2 options. It's either to resign their militancy and live peacefully among other good citizens of Enugu State, or leave Enugu State for us. They will not have peace insofar as they remain as militant in Enugu. This is my warning and advice to them. And to the good citizens of the state, I want to tell them that the police, in collaboration with our friends from the sister services, we will not allow any one of them to be molested. We will always be on our toes until every militancy is obliterated from Enugu ground. Thank you and God bless.
Let them ask the question. Give him the mic.
Your last question, if it is there.
I just want to confirm it by what you said. Is it right?
CP, sir, rescued. What about the order?
I think I've given the answer. One, and for information, they have taken even their service guns, their service weapons. So we are confirming to you that 4 people have been feared killed by the, IPOB miscreants. Thank you.
Interview them? Come and put the mic to them.
Yes, sir. So, training. Okay. So we are exercising ourselves every morning for here.
Like you, who? When you say we, members of what?
The indigenous people of Biafra. So we are juggling. After small time, see policemen, they begin to harass gun, shoot gun. I also run. I run, enter some one building, had myself into step. I don't know if it's a police house.
What kind of training were you doing?
We are exercising myself.
No.
Because
what is the training were you doing in the school? What are they teaching?
We are running. After running field, we did run field maybe 20 times. After you run finish, you jump maybe more than 10. You do some exercise. After we do the exercise, see policemen, then begin to shoot.
No. Were you not doing weapon training and kung fu? You said you are doing kung fu.
No, it's kung fu. It's kung fu.
Tell them you are doing kung fu. What is kung fu? Martial arts.
Yes, sir.
No.
You say no? Give him the mic. What is kung fu?
You see the type of training we are doing there. We are running the field.
You are doing it to become strong and how to defend yourself.
Yes.
Against the government.
No.
Of Nigeria.
No, sir.
Yes.
So we just run the patrol. After that we go up to 3 months. Up to 3 months now, and I don't know that government of Nigeria is against it.
You have been doing it for 3 months, right?
Yes.
How many are you? Like, what's your number then?
We are many.
Like how many?
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000.
Yeah.
Yes, they all came out, and some of them with serious weapons.
Where are you people from? You may be angry in any way.
Yes.
So, were you carrying
They needed to soothe the long and weary
No weapon as you
What
see this.
happens when
That's
the
why
rising above the
Where
storm
did you
still
take
doesn't bring
others?
the
Were
light to
others
you?
carrying weapons?
I don't see weapon for the hand of others.
During your training, do you carry weapons?
The
No,
weather
sir.
is serene. The paved road, smooth and rushing winds to calm our nerves.
So why did
We're on
you
our
people
way
set
to the
fire?
Abuja Municipal Council to see one of the communities
Immediately the
living in the
policemen
shadows of the
begin
city.
to shoot gun. I run, go hide.
Why did you set fire on the...
I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Immediately these people go me. That is why I
But
see
your men set fire and they took away service weapons of the government agencies. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know that one. Immediately I hear back because I run because I'm not a policeman. I'm not a man. That is why I run.
Give the other person to speak. Let's hear
What's your name?
Open your mouth.
Omago, from where? Ogu.
Listen.
What were you doing today?
Okay. Today, this morning, we came out for
What kind of training?
martial arts.
Okay. What do you do in martial arts?
We do self-defense.
Okay. Do you carry any weapon? Do you train with weapon like machete or any other?
No, we don't. It's
Who is training you?
we have been trained by the CSO of Enugu State. That's the main. I know him as Emily.
How long have you been doing this training?
It's more than 1 month.
Okay. 1 month.
Yes, sir.
Who is sponsoring you?
I don't have any sponsor. No, we don't pay money for it.
So how come you people arrested DSS officials?
No, I did not arrest the DSS officer, and I was not sure about the arrest because I was at the back before we started to hire the gunshots. We have been doing it. Those security have attacked us since. So today I was surprised. Yeah, we started to hear gunshots. When we hear the gunshot, everybody is packed up for safety. So when I ran into a building. When I ran to the building, the fire was so much. I ran into the building and knocked on the door for the people living there, that's the inhabitants of the building, to assist us.
But some of your men, colleagues, were said to have attacked security officials.
I said I'm not sure about that one because I was at the back.
Don't you have a dish?
Audition.
Maybe you talk to them.
Are you not aware that ICOP is prescribed by federal government? Prescribed means ban. Suspend, cancel. Name it.
Consideration of IPOB. I think they still contemplate about that.
In court.
Yes, sir. I think so.
Okay. Let's talk to this other people. This one that has you said they have a dish.
Where was he arrested? Where were you arrested?
Inside the building.
Inside the building? Which part of the building? What did you put inside the inspector house?
We went there for
So who has the building?
I don't know who had the building, but we asked the tenant there to help us. So I heard the voice of a woman who has us to climb the ceiling and hide it. So we hide it. No.
No problem. Can we talk to them? Eh? Where in the Ezeagu community? Ohandeagu. Okay. What were you doing this morning? Training. How? They say you are challenging policemen that let them shoot you, that their bullets will not penetrate. So what did you use to protect yourself? Talk now. Huh?
Nothing. So it's just an empty threat?
Police, when the security forces were shooting, the bullet penetrate. Eh?
So do you see the work?
Do you have chance at all?
You want to talk? This one wants to... Ask, look here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your name?
My name is Obina.
Obina.
Obina Edward. I'm from Abia State, but I'm living in Yemen. So what happened this morning, as I see me now, I'm not aware about what is happening today. I just met it on the way. This what I prove now, you carry now. I have already prepared the food for my pig. And just take note of what I'm saying now. So on my way going, I saw what is happening and I went back. Then, immediately I went back, the woman which is my family friend, we are like this, just across the road. I went to her house. Then the children was begging me, please I should call their father because their parents were not around. Please, I should
Why
inform them.
are they begging you? To do what for them?
Wait now.
Sorry, what are they begging you for?
What are they begging you for?
They told me to call their mother so that they would tell their father not to come back today.
Because of what?
Because he traveled to Eboy.
Yeah, because of what?
Because of what is happening in the MLS today. Because it was in front of their house.
Okay.
So now, we were there and this guy ran to that place. I couldn't push him out because of the wound he has. We are there with this guy. That is why we are arrested. Because I'm not even aware of what is happening.
Keep quiet.
Though I'm a member of my people, quite right.
You are a member of what?
I'm not excused.
You are a member of what?
I am not doing this training.
You are a member of what? Member of what?
I'm a member of IPOB. I'm not lying to you.
No, don't say IPOB. Call the name.
I am a member of IPOB. But this training they are doing, I'm not part of their training. I was not there.
But you are aware of the training?
No. I'm in my house this morning. Like, it was about coming out before I saw what they are doing. You understand?
Have been in existence and have been living in these communities. We have more than 888 communities in FCT. These are indigenous communities, people that have been here more than 5-6 decades, centuries. You know, we have community here that have existed for more than 500 years. The natives, the original inhabitants, are these people that have been here. When and they came out with a report to say,
after months of intermittent protest, the indigenous people of Abuja are still expecting answers and responses from the federal government and the army. This episode of Community Forum is dedicated to the travails and challenges the people are facing in their various communities. Welcome to the program. I am Sarah Ayeku. So, we're going to tell you a story that began as far back as the 1970s, when the military government of General Murtala Mohammed set up a committee whose aim was to find out how to move Nigeria's capital away from Lagos State to another location. But this move was not to happen until years later. Lagos was Nigeria's capital from the period of amalgamation in January 1914. But because it was becoming congested, a new capital was carved out, right in the heart of the country on a space of about 8,000 square kilometers, bordered by Kaduna State to the northeast, Niger State to the west, Nasarawa State to the east, and Kogi State to the southwest. Decree 6 of 1976 gave the federal government rights over the territory. The journey, which began in 1976, a quest to find the land in the center of the country, materialized, and in December 1991, Abuja officially became Nigeria's capital. Swaths of land were cleared to make way for Nigeria's new seat of power, housed in the presidential complex, the National Assembly, the Supreme Court, and many notable establishments and agencies. Nigeria's elite flocked to the city, leading to the development of many satellite towns. The 1979 Abuja Master Plan called for Abuja to be developed in 5 phases, and this is gradually taking place, making it one of the very few planned capital cities in the world. The Federal Capital Territory is divided into 6 area councils: Abaji Area Council, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Buari Area Council, Gwagwalada Area Council, Kuje and Kwali Area Councils. Away from the pomp and pageantry that greeted this great move came a cost too heavy to bear for Abuja's original inhabitants. With development comes pain, but this is one pain that has lingered too long for the indigenous people of Abuja. Surrounded by milk and honey, yet they taste no sweetness. Decades upon decades, protests upon protests, but it seems there is no end in sight to the plight of many of the original inhabitants of Abuja, many of whom have been evicted from where they used to call home. There are 9 ethnic groups who lay claim to Abuja as their ancestral land, and they are not happy over what they call marginalization.
We have been put in a state of statelessness, and we have been placed in a condition where you just definitely cannot find the correct word to describe us. The natives, original inhabitants of FCT, are these people that before the creation of FCT in 1976 have been in existence and have been living in these communities. We have more than 888 communities in FCT. These are indigenous communities, people that have been here more than 5-6 decades, centuries. You know, we have community here that have existed for more than 500 years. The natives, the original inhabitants, are these people that have been here before the creation of FCT. When Aguda panel came in 1975, go and get where will be suitable for the capital city of Nigeria. They went to Kaduna, Niger, and some places. And they came out with a report to say, this parcel of land, 8,000 kilometers square, will be the place that will be carved suitable for the federal capital city. When they came, they met communities. There were existing communities with their existing names. Garki, for instance, is a name of a community before the coming of FCT. Kuje is a community before the coming of FCT. Baduma, Gaube, Ashara, Abaji. Well, these are native names of this existing community. So, federal capital came to be. But I put it to you that we are a series of challenges facing the indigenous people of FCT.
The gleams of sunshine beaming across Abuja. The indigenous people of Abuja are holding on to the sunshine without letting the shadows of yesterday spoil the hope of today. They need it to soothe the long and weary night away. But what happens when rising above the storm still doesn't bring the light your way? The weather is serene, the paved road smooth, and rushing winds to calm our nerves. We're on our way to the Abuja Municipal Council to see one of the communities living in the shadows of the FCT. Sarki community is our destination. It borders the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport and the main campus of the University of Abuja. The weather is just perfect, so is the smooth express road leading into other areas of the Federal Capital Territory. But the story changes as we approached the community under the Gui ward of the Abuja Municipal Area Council. Alas, Ido Seriki's proximity to the seat of power has offered no benefits to its teeming population who feel that they deserve better. The community is devoid of the shine that greets new visitors to Abuja. Here, there are no smooth roads. There is no structural plan. Houses are clustered, and there are no basic amenities. Indeed, signposts like this one here dot several acres of land along the expressway, leaving occupants of the land in constant fear and uncertainty of what may happen. Land has been allocated to the army, and the people of Ido face ejection from their ancestral homes. They are living each day as it comes, not knowing when they will be sent out. As per traditions, we had to pay homage to the district head of the community. It tells us a brief history of the community, which it says is older than the Federal Capital Territory itself.
Ido Serki is an old settlement. We started, our forefathers started from the top hill called Punku. So up to this time, but we first settled at Idomaji in 1948. We are under Juak chiefdom, but it was coming the Federal Capital Territory. We were moved to Zupa, but later in 2000 we moved back to our former chiefdom in Jua chiefdom.
The community is scared that their farmlands, the source of their livelihoods, may soon be taken over from them.
Just pass.
Ido Serki is an irony of what a part of the Federal Capital Territory should look like.
We are facing a serious challenge because as you know, Ido Serki today, this our land has been allocated to army. So where we are now? Where we are, allocated to the army. So without compensation. And it is the only way that our people are using the farming product, and when they sell it, they send their children to school. So now, our army did not pay even a single kobo to anybody. Upon all what we have been doing, seeking for help, is all abortive. So my challenge now is that I don't know how my people will get to their permanent destination. We are not against the government of Nigeria, but what we are seeking for, we seek compensation like other communities have been getting. We know we complain to army. They say that they are not the ones that do compensation. That is the work of the federal government. So my appeal now is that let the federal government look us with human eye and clear my people's tears, because no farm, no food. Some people will enter into another problem. So I don't want that thing to happen.
Population of this community is about 35,000. That is the estimate. And when you say about the army, in fact, they started this problem with us since 2009, and we are still battling with them. We want to court, we want to National Assembly, we want to even the Senate President, we even want to the Vice President. But up to today, the matter is still lying down. And up to now, they are still continuing with their war. And up to today, nobody, nothing they have paid to any community. Other compensation or resettlement, there's nothing they done to us. We are still like that. We hope for government will do something. If government want to move us, where can government get enough land for us? That is a problem. Because when you go around the FCT, there is not any land, any vacant land. All the land are occupied. So what do we want government to do to us? They should do resettlement. They reset us here. Even though we don't have farm, we will do some business to survive. We will go to, our children are going to school. We need government to come to our aid to assist us.
Ido Serki community lacks access to many basic amenities. Potable water is the main one. In fact, water is good here. Some have to reuse water for domestic use, leaving children and adults at the risk of diseases. There are a few boreholes in the community, but it is quite a distance for some fueling the reliance for water truck drivers called Meruas.
The borehole here you are seeing is an individual effort for the community. The one you are seeing there is a FCDA project, but it has become an white elephant project. Government is not doing anything again about it. We source water by ourselves. We wrote to government, but still now nothing has been done concerning the water. We are talking about this road. It's Abuja Municipal.
Can you tell where to go and will, please?
But you can see how the road is. For years now, look at how the water has destroyed everything. If it is rainy season, all the houses here they are on stake. So we are pleading to government to come to our aid to help us, because we can't do it without government.
In the face of these challenges, the people of Ido Serki still find reasons to smile and be happy. It was time to move to a community in the Bogalada Area Council, Tugamaji. Tugamaji shares the same fate with Ido Serki.
It's been over 250 years since our forefathers lived here. Surprisingly, we woke up and saw the military in our communities asking us to leave that the land belongs to them. They told us they have guns and uniforms and we cannot fight them. They have forcefully collected our lands and are threatening our lives if we do not leave our communities for them. We are frustrated here in our community. We cannot expand and our children cannot build their own houses and live in comfort because the military has prevented all that. Even the education of our children has stopped because our source of livelihood has been cut off. If we do not farm crops for commercial purposes, what would we sell in the market? To raise money for the education of our children, this is our case here in Tunga Maje. And to add injury to it, the military brought an invitation to me to honor the groundbreaking ceremony of their illegal activities in our communities. I turned it down.
farko sojoji sun zo unguwanmu sun zo sun ce za su yi aune mun ce ba mu yadda ba.
They ought to have come through the FCT administration and through our paramount traditional rulers, as is the normal practice. The army resurfaced after some months and were harassing and intimidating us on our farm and also destroying our farm produce. They also at some point beat us up and forcefully ordered us to stop any further construction within our communities and were destroying any ongoing building structures. We have resolved to take our destiny into our hands and continue to engage them until the government comes up with a lasting solution to this inhuman treatment.
The Muhammadu Buhari cantonment, a residential accommodation for the Nigerian army, is sited close to the community. The people say their lands are being taken without proper compensation. Apart from the threat of ejection, Tukamaji is struggling to take things in their stride. Months after months of protests seem to be yielding little results.
After registering our grievances with National Assembly, public hearing was organized by the Senate Committee Chairman on Security. The hierarchy of the Nigerian Army was invited. The minister was there. Our members' House of Representatives representing us in FCT here were there. Our FCT senator was there, and including our chiefs. They were all there. And the Nigerian Army were made to prove why they are claiming this land. We also presented how we have been suffering. But as we all know, FCT minister is the custodian of Abuja land. He was asked by the senators, or let me say by the National Assembly, and he made it abundantly clear that this land has never been allocated to Nigerian Army. What I really want the government to do is that they should leave us here because we have nowhere to go. Almost all the states in Nigeria are occupied. We are bona fide members of this community. We were born here, brought up here, as other people from the other states were born and brought up in their communities. So the government should quickly interfere and then talk to Nigeria. What we want is for them to quit from our land. Let the Nigerian Army quit our land.
Far away from the city center is the Abaji Area Council. Some parts of the road leading into the hinterland are tarred, but others maintain the red earth with the dust.
Well, so far so good. I think we can do better than where we are today. We need a lot of commitment, a lot of resources so that we can move ahead. There are some of the major projects that need to be done within the satellite towns. That's what they call most of us here. And really, we need serious budgeting so that we can do a lot of things, because infrastructurally, honestly speaking, there are a lot of things need to be done. When you look at Abaji Area Council, it's far away from the city center. The infrastructural backwardness is very, very high. If every administration would invest seriously on the infrastructure, I'm sure we will be higher than where we are today. There are pockets of achievement here and there when you talk about that in the within area council. But still, there are some projects that are greater than us. More, that means their financial, the commitment in the financial aspect of it is too high that the area council cannot manage based on what we have. So on that note, we are looking up to FCDA, FCT to come in to do the needful.
The pace of work on the Pandagi-Rimba-Ebaji road is very slow, affecting economic activities in about 5 communities along this route. The contract for the 10.2-kilometer road project was awarded in 2014, but residents along this area are still waiting. Other parts of the road have granite on them. For example, in the Pandagi community in Abaji Area Council, unless vehicles make their way through the community, so does the dust from the granite rise. Vigilantes here make roadblocks to protect and safeguard the lives of community members.
They have been constructing this for over 4 to 5 years now. If they come, they go, they can't leave. Waiting to happen, no. I bet they help us. May they help us talk to the contractor. The work is slow. Please.
Before the project commenced, the road was in a very good shape, where you will not see dust, or you will not find some of the stones or some of contractors, a vehicle and other things parked in the road, and the road is freely, everybody can move. But since when the work has commenced, some people have been finding it difficult, particularly like in the evening time. If you are to pass this very place, the dust is very high. And when this road has been completed, we've benefited Rimba, Ibagi, Maogi, Pandagi, and even Abaji Township, because it will help the economic activities from this axis.
This signpost gives direction to the junior secondary school, Alu. And just by the end of the road is River Gurara, through which people and senior secondary school students are expected to cross over. This is the only link between Alu and 5 other communities to the Abaji township. With an estimated population of about 7,000 to 8,000 people, here comes the only means of crossing, this blue rundown boat. It is the only one that serves the residents of these communities. For others, a walk in the river, clothes and shoes in hand, is the surest way of getting to the other side. How is it that persons are able to cope using just one boat with a population of about 8,000 people?
Here in this riverine area, we have 4 communities with a population of 8,000. It includes Maogi, it includes Mamagi, it includes Alu, and one other village. So they find it difficult to transfer their farming goods.